Hi there and welcome back. So I've been developing mobile apps in the past 6 years or so. So I've developed a number of apps actually so far. So ASO is obviously, app search optimization is one of the methods to reach users organically so that, without spending any money, people can find your application in the App Store, download it, and obviously some of them maybe end up making a purchase so that you can generate revenue from your apps. But the point is that it has become more and more difficult lately to rank in the search user searches so that no one can actually recognize or discover your app. This is especially the case for brand new apps with no history. So obviously, before developing your application, you probably have to make your own keyword research. Maybe let's say that you are using an ASO tool and you have found a certain keyword which looks pretty good actually when you look at the popularity and difficulty numbers. So popularity happens to be decent and the difficulty happens to be pretty low as well, relatively at least, compared to some other keywords in the same niche. And also you check out that, in the top 10 or even maybe top 20 of the search results, none of the apps actually have the keywords that you are planning to use in your app title, which is going to boost your application as well after you publish it. So you develop your application, you use these keywords that you found from the ASO tool that you've been using. But what may happen at the end is that for several months, your app doesn't rank for any of these keywords. Let's give it an example. So habit tracking apps are quite popular and there are actually thousands of them right now, right? So, and you have decided that, you have found a keyword which is not used by any other habit tracker tool, let's say, and you want to develop your own habit tracker app and you want to go for the keyword that you found. Just for the sake of example, just as a dummy example, let's say that you are going to go for personal habit tracker. So let's say that it happens to be the case that there is no app with this particular app title in the App Store, personal habit tracker. None of the apps have this search term in the app title itself. So if anyone makes this search, then you should be coming up pretty high in the search results. And also in the ASO tool that you've been using, it happened to be the case that the tool itself has told you that the popularity for the search term personal habit tracker is pretty high, with a relatively low difficulty, so that you can actually rank for this search term in the App Lab Store or App Lab Store search results. So what happens is that you develop your tool, your app, you publish it, you go through the review, and let's say that hopefully your app is approved. So you publish your app. What happens is that even if someone searches for personal habit tracker for this particular search term, your app still doesn't rank in the search results. So if you're not ranking actually in top 5 or at least in top 10, the chance of getting a download is going down, pretty rapidly. So you're not getting downloads actually. What may still end up happening is that for this particular search term, maybe you don't even rank in the first 200. So while it is that much difficult for apps that are outside of the first 10 places in the search results, let's say in the 12th place or maybe 13th, 15th, maybe they're getting a few downloads here and there, but it is very difficult for them. And if your app is not even in the top 200, then it is getting even more difficult. So in this regard, you should be thinking, at least based on my experience, about rather than the keyword itself, if you have really developed an app in the correct niche. In this particular niche, in the world of habit tracker apps, which is a very crowded space actually. So you should be thinking like, no matter what keyword you choose, is it actually possible to break into this field? There are a number of things actually you can have a look at. How crowded the market is, how many downloads they have so far, if it is possible for you to use these tools to get the estimated revenues, because I'm pretty sure, I don't have any evidence, obviously, it is not publicly available information, but I'm guessing, or I have a strong prediction on that Apple is probably looking at the generated revenue as well by the app. So if an app is generating more revenue, maybe it's getting a higher rate to be able to rank higher in the search results. How many stars or ratings or reviews a certain app has, and things like that. So the apps with a certain reputation, hopefully a good reputation, obviously will rank higher in the search results. So someone goes and searches for this keyword that you have chosen to use, personal habit tracker, and let's say that none of the apps actually have this term in the app title, but your app has it, but your app still doesn't pop up in the search results, and other apps pop up because even if they don't have this particular search term in their app title, mainly because they have a longer history, a lot more reviews and ratings, and they're generating more revenue, and they have higher retention, daily active users are higher. So basically those are the apps that are used. So it is not about the keyword research or keyword optimization anymore. It is more of finding the right niche and trying out how difficult it is actually to break into this top 5 places or top 10 or even top 20 in the worst case, because those are the places where you can start getting downloads. Otherwise it is pretty much impossible for you to start get downloads if you end up outside of, particularly outside of top 20 in the search results. And many of the ASO tools, in my opinion, are missing this point. They're giving you some popularity scores and difficulty scores without probably considering the difficulty of the niche itself or the domain itself. So to be able to tackle with this problem, I have developed a new tool, which is RespectASO, which is free, open source, and self-hosted. I'm going to leave the link in the descriptions below so that you can clone the repository to your computer and start running it, which is pretty easy. Actually, you can get up and running in less than 2 minutes. This tool is considering especially the niche, the domain itself. No matter which keyword you happen to choose, the tool considers the niche itself, checks out which apps are ranking for that particular keyword today, and it calculates how difficult it is to break into this field, no matter actually which keyword you choose. Obviously, if you choose a smart keyword, your chance is going to be higher somewhat, but at the same time, what matters here is the number of other apps and the reputation that they have, that they built actually along the way. Let's say that we are going for the keyword ABC, for the sake of example, a dummy example, ABC, let's say. We have seen that the ABC keyword has very good popularity and relatively low difficulty to be able to rank higher in the App Store search results. There is another tool or another app in the App Store with the name XYZ, different than ABC. We are going for ABC keyword. The other tool has chosen the keyword XYZ, which is different than ours. And it has nothing to do with our keyword actually that we've chosen. But this tool or this app with the XYZ app title, for the sake of example, has longer history, a lot more reviews and ratings and stuff. And let's assume that even if these keywords ABC and XYZ are different than each other, they are somewhat related. Both XYZ and ABC correspond to the same niche. Maybe it is about habit tracking, or maybe it's about health tracking, or currency conversion, whatever it is, whatever it is the app is all about, but even if the keywords are different, they have the semantic relation with each other, they refer to the same domain, so to say. So if someone makes a search in the App Store today, and the algorithms are probably understanding this, in which niche these users are actually making a search, and even if they use the term ABC, which is the keyword that you used or chosen in your app title, it is probably the case that the app with the app title XYZ is going to pop up in the higher than your app in the search results, mainly because it has longer history. So keyword research is very important, but even more important now is to find the niches or areas where the competition is relatively smaller. And it happens to be the more difficult challenge now, because the App Store itself happens to be more saturated than ever, probably. So you can find an app about anything. But here's the thing. So probably there are niches, but in those areas or niche areas, maybe there are some neighbor areas around it about which people can make searches actually. So I don't know how you're going to find your keywords, but solely relying on the keyword popularity and difficulty now is probably not the right approach anymore. It's not going to give you, finding the right keyword is not going to give you the downloads from day one, because it's all about building some kind of reputation, and which has to be somewhat positive, so that the algorithms or ranking algorithms in the Apple App Store can give higher rate to your app, because it's getting lots of reviews and ratings, and it has good retention. People are making purchases in your app, and people seem to be happy with it by using it, and it's going to give the app a better position in the search results later on. Keyword is important, keyword research is important, ASO is App Store optimization is definitely important, but at the same time, it is not enough anymore to be able to get downloads in the Apple App Store. So I'm going to be talking about this topic a bit more in the next episode. So if you disagree with me, I'll be happy to hear your thoughts as well. So please consider leaving a comment down below. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.